Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be live watching this tournament. So this is actually the Rush GG tournament, probably. I think that's what Lutano's title is, and they're actually live right now. I'm going to be watching it from Lutano's perspective. They're playing the grand finals against Sanjee's team, which again, I'm still trying to catch up to the competitive scene. I think Sanjee's playing with White Flag now is the name of the team. If not, my bad. But that's going to be Xavier first, acknowledge Sanjee, and running it down. Going up against TTV. So Lutano is playing Tsareena, Sanjee playing the Lucario. One team has 3 full heals, the other team has 1 full heal. So I've talked about this in the past. TTV doesn't really tend to be full heal heavy. I might turn this down a little bit. They don't tend to be very full heal heavy. But this is grand finals. I'm assuming it's best of 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We'll be watching the top lane fight, which I think is really important because I've seen a lot of Lutano. I've seen a lot of Lucario, and I've seen a lot of Tsareena, at least coming out of Lutano. And I will say this about TTV. I think this is really important. While they are one of the best teams, and that's important, they also don't always tend to like stick to whatever the perceived meta seems to be. I don't know what his build is. He's got a Razor Claw. We know that. I would probably assume Focus Band. So Focus Band, Razor Claw, he might be Muscle Band for farming a lot of top laner solos. Oh no! That was tough. That Razor Leaf would have been big. Probably would have killed there. You can hear him say, no, I missed my Razor Leaf. So this is going to be a tough 1v1 already, right out of the gate, because Sanjee is going to be ahead and have the level 5 going into the first set of Bs. Now, we are on the old map, or the original map, because of competitive plays on the original map. They don't tend to do the new map or whatever, but we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, this is game 1, so I'll probably cut it at some points so that way we can watch the full thing. So that's Sanjee level 5. That's at E speed. That's gonna be free kill. Like that's the big thing about that. Like when the solo lane gets that far ahead, wins the early, they really get ahead, because like this is a massive lead, massive lead. It'll be interesting to see how they turn this around. Toon goes down. This is tough, man. Tough.
Top's just a tragedy.
Yeah,
honestly,
it is. It'd be like that. You can't, it just sometimes you have your good games, sometimes you don't. See him back up, but he is just struggling. Can't stop the scores. This is the power of Lucario. I mean, in a solo lane against this, like when you get ahead, there's almost no coming back, and I think that this is really important. Now, I don't want to say that this is like definitive proof that Lucario just always beats Tsareena. I don't think that Lutano would be playing this if he felt that way for sure. Oh, he's dead. There's just no... Right, well, no Bone Rush, so yeah, probably. Okay. I really wish I could tell what his third item is. I don't think it's a score shield, but maybe it is just for the early game experience. Hard for me to say. We know Focus Razor. I run Focus Razor weakness policy, but it doesn't look like he's running weakness. I'm going to assume Muscle Band or maybe Buddy Barrier. Buddy Barrier could be a good option. I've actually run that build. I think I have that on my builds page, is Razor Claw, Buddy Barrier, Focus Band. It's a very like team fight oriented version of Tsareena, keeps her alive a lot longer. The weakness policy version is like more team like, or like solo queue oriented. All right, so got a little bit more farm in the top lane. I don't know how Tri-Lane's doing, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad. So hopefully they're doing well, but they're all rotating. So he's getting top Aldina. So Lucario is going to be really close to 9, and if they don't do this quickly, then Sanjee will rotate down at 9 and have big influence. But it looks like bottom lane's been doing well. Oh, he got Zagrug killed, I think, on there. This is tough. I think he's going to have to start grassy gliding, and oh my gosh, huge hyper beam. That's the strength of Dragonite. This is a really tough game.
Actually, what happened? So unlucky.
I think Toon maybe... I don't know what he said. Something happened. Toon might have gotten... his hyper beam got mistargeted or canceled or something. I don't know. I didn't see what happened. But bottom lane seems like they're strong. They're winning. So like the bottom lane alone. So that's good, because that means that there's leverage to potentially come back, right? See if he can survive this. Oh, this is just so hard to survive. I think he's just dead here. Yeah, there's just no way.
Glide instead of Axel. Rotom's half case.
Rotom's half. I don't think Toon will be able to get there. He'll probably just have to like farm Dinos, farm Bs.
You might have to head up to D, right?
I'm taking Dinos.
Yeah, certainly.
Once I get these Dinos, I'll be like perfectly
We
fine.
just have to watch them overloading bottom off.
Anon just has to get a little bit stronger.
I also might
We're
just
taking
push top, but-
I'm level 9. I'm legit taking
Probably just
everything
leave,
from
dude.
them.
Yeah.
All right, so bottom's doing bottom things, but they haven't full crushed bottom lane. So that's their leverage though, is the strength of their bottom lane. But
I'll do
it's
the trap.
it's
That's
tough.
Rotom.
Dad?
Okay, that's my flash.
It is tough.
Okay, I'm fine now.
Knight Ulta, I'm dead.
Oh man, bottom is getting a really hard push. Okay, they're probably gonna have to concede first goal.
No vision on top here.
Maybe try to get a turn in. Don't know where Sanjee is. You can hear the call, no vision.
Somewhere.
Dreadnought timer's coming up.
Not gonna be 9 for this.
Indy, no 9 on Indy.
I don't know if their ult will get 9 either.
Kill getting it.
I
They'll
got
probably he can't even get that turn in. They'll probably throw themselves at this fight and just try to get as much catch up as XP as they can. If he can take this fight though, that'd be huge. If he wins this fight, would be huge. That's gonna be tough. I mean, he can 1v1. He's definitely ramped up. Gosh, the strength of the 1v1 against Lucario,
You guys gonna ulti most likely.
especially against like the there's the ult. There's the ult. He called it. Uses the shield, the Grassy Gully shield.
Ooh, where's my buttons?
Nice. He uses the Grassy Glide shield again. This is a crazy 1v1. Like, actually crazy 1v1. Double Grassy Glide, big kill. No, that's a good dash there.
Lucario's 1
He has options. Oh my gosh, Sanjee played that so well. That was such a good fight.
He has nothing.
Wow. I mean, it really shows you the 1v1 potential of Tsareena. Once she has abilities in Queenly Majesty, I think the 1v1 Tsareena is just so much better. It depends too, because maybe Pup would beat that. But E-Speed, you need the resets. E-Speed essentially is a team fight kind of build. And Triple Axle, I would say it's like really team fight focused too, because you want to have multiple targets in it, but you're still going to be able to Grassy Glide shield yourself. So you don't have to use the Triple Axle heal. You can focus on using Queenly Majesty Grassy Glides in order to get a lot of value out of your Queenly.
He sleeps inside?
I mean, he's full heal, so.
Going.
Okay, they don't want to give this to him.
I'm just gonna.
At least if he
Okay, see if they get that during the ult. Oh, okay, they got it. They use the ult to secure the Rotom. That's good. That's really smart. It's like a really good thing to think about. You can do that in the end game for Zap. Nice, he dodged the Hyper Beam. That was really cool, using the Grassy Glide to get ahead of it.
Tell me.
Oh, look at that, damn.
Okay, well,
You get a 40.
That's the 41. He might, I was going to say, he might just try to kill Xavier just to see if he could get some more. Goodness, dude. Hyper Beam is just so crazy. He gets the kill, though. That's good.
He's just running safe bottom. But it's gonna be
This actually doesn't seem like it's terribly out of hand. It started off super strong, and they haven't been able to get a Dreadnought. But it doesn't. Oh wow, they have point lead too. Like, I mean, this is going well. I'd say that Rotom definitely did some big things.
Level 13.
That's crazy to see them fall so far behind. And this is, like, if I'm being honest, this is a big strength of TTV. Like, they know how to bring themselves back. And in a lot of games, man, it's hard to bring yourselves back. But their bottom lane was never really struggling. It was just like Lutano and Toon that were a little behind. And yeah, bottom lane was able to hold it down.
I have ult for it as well.
Just gonna second peek.
All right, we got 4 people there.
I mean,
Doug just having to back up a little bit. This is good. This is a good fight. This is a really good fight here. They've already got a couple of them low. Pika in the back.
because that's
This is Unite worthy, most likely.
gonna-
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
wicked.
well.
He didn't have full heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to not die here.
If they all die, oh, this is bad. This is bad. They need to get out. They need to try to stall time. Okay, getting a kill there is really good. They need to stall time. Oh gosh, if Goo dies, that's so big. Oh my gosh, how do they turn that around? That's actually crazy. Because if those kills would have resolved, not only is that just like a big turn in, but it's a potential zap flip odd like automatically.
Gonna 1v9 this fight.
I'm going to the bot point just in case.
Now Lutano has his full heal and ult, so he's like in the prime position for fighting.
Lucario ulted. I think Pika has
So he
ult
can
as well.
avoid any CC that would potentially keep him out of it, any kind of sleeps, the sings, anything like that.
What's the score, by the way? Huge or small? I forgot.
We're small lead, small lead.
Yeah, it's just normal lead. You can hear them talking about it a little bit. He's probably gonna have to ult. Yep, he has to ult.
Play with me.
I'm just ulting
He has
you.
no buttons left. He just dies.
That's big. You can hear him even like keeping track of the cooldowns. Like, he has no buttons, he has nothing, he just dies here. Lutano's just gonna base because he's low. His teammates can take time. Indy calling it out. Lutano needs to reset. Zugrug is low, but they have lead. There's 3 down. They could probably either rip it or just hold play fundamental. Yep,
I should.
they're gonna go ahead and rip it.
Dragonite's top.
Just okay.
He's low,
We're
right?
finishing it up, looks like.
Can we finish soon?
With Dragonite, they have to kill the Pika though, because Pika can steal, and Dragonite, like, they can zone him out so that way he can't easily keep his stacks up.
Good job, guys.
But they get it. Wow, they turned this game around. This was a beautifully played game by TTV. Like, I'm like, seriously, that is kind of nuts.
We have to.
Kind of nuts.
Maybe I should have ripped mine insta for the shield. Because I wasn't on my screen, I think. Or
It was just me and
I wonder if Sanjee's streaming. I might swap to his perspective for the next game. Sanjee is streaming. We may do that.
I didn't want to.
Sanjee actually flipped
myself.
the entire game on killing me under T1. If he dies there,
Crazy.
the
Crazy
game
game.
is literally over. And even if he
All
kills
right.
me there,
I want to see the
there's
score,
nothing
and then
more
we'll
that can stop
I'll
that.
most likely make a video cut to the second game. Like I said, I think this is best of 3. Wow. Crazy game. All right, we're back. We're jumping into game number 2, and actually I can hear we're going to be on Sanjee's perspective now, so we're watching the opposite team. Looks like the exact same thing. But I will say that they were talking about like needing to win 3 games in a row, so this means it's a best of 5 series. So where I thought it was a best of 3 series, it's going to be a best of 5 series. So TTV is up 1-0 or like 1-0 currently, and they need to win 2 games to close it out. Where Sanjee's team is down 0-1 and needs to win 3 in a row, or needs to win 3 games to win this. So we're going to be watching the Lucario perspective here, and I feel like just watching this series, it's given me some good information about the current state of like the Lucario Tsareena fight. I definitely have felt this for a bit. I feel like Lucario just dominates lane, but Tsareena does more than the character does. Like Tsareena just does more than Lucario ever could dream to, even in a team fight, especially in a team fight. Like E-speed definitely helps. Don't get me wrong, but Pup for like securing is definitely not the play anymore. We've got Dragonite, don't need it really, so E-speed's probably the way that people are going with it. And yeah, I think Tsareena just becomes an insane monster. And so Lutano, I guess the goal to me is that like the deficit of top lane that Lucario could create hopefully isn't too bad. And yeah, you just scale the Tsareena into the late game. So we'll see. Sanjee still playing the Lucario. I like it. I think Lucario is amazing. I think it's one of the top characters in the game. And
I got big top.
yeah, very, very strong. Very, very strong pick. So I'm assuming Jungle Dragonite for this team went bottom this game, so he had to take this kind of slow, which is a little scary because he gave up farm to the Tsareena, but Toon's still up here. He's just going to have to get out of here. He secures his farm. Good.
I'm just running up them.
Doing what he can. I think bottom lane got a kill for TTV's side, so...
I need a lot here to get 8. I'm only 6 now.
Hear them talking about levels a little bit. I don't know how much y'all can hear. I've got it pretty low because I don't want to get confused while I'm talking. Okay, so Tsarena's 6. So Sanjee's ahead of him in XP. Or no, Tsarena's slightly ahead. Yeah, Lutano's pretty ahead. Or a bit ahead. Listen to what Sanjee's saying. He has to concede things.
Just red buffed.
So they're going to rotate early. So they're making a change here. He's going to rotate early because he knows he can't get super far ahead. Bottom lane's struggling. TTV's bottom lane is very, very strong. Sorry. Bless you. Excuse me. All right, so 720 Bs coming up. Sanjee hasn't shown he's waiting for the team fight, which I think is really interesting. No reset. Oh, this is dangerous. He has no full heal. He has no abilities. He's just kind of an auto attacker at the moment. My goodness gracious, dude. No reset again. The iframe on the score. This is a tough game. This is a tough game for Sanjee's team. I think if I had to make some assessments and just kind of like analyze the two teams, the best thing I could say, man, they can't make it up here. The biggest thing I could say is that TTV is incredibly composed and they're really, really good at bringing a game back. So games that they're ahead, they usually will just close out, and games that they're behind, it's not down and out. But for a lot of teams, it doesn't really seem that way. It's very, very hard because the game, like Pokemon Unite, is just incredibly volatile. Incredibly volatile.
Yeah, just stay away from them. Get ults.
I'm heading down bot then.
I want to cap this with my ult.
See how they choose to play mid, like the mid game. Just trying to get some scoring where they can. They get the Dragonite score shield in.
Okay, we got a 30.
Assuming it's a score shield play, yeah, it had to have
They're
been.
gonna try and
Because he used Unite move.
I
They're
could
probably going to be very aggressive here in top lane. Gosh, Dragonite's just such a pain to deal with.
I think we do, right?
We can't stop them from getting 16.
Yeah.
Lutano's
Oh,
Well,
Lutano?
it sucks that they can't stop the 16 turn in because it drops it pretty low for a decent overdunk if they get like 40, 50 on it later. And they may even drop that like 12, 15 on it. I don't remember what the goal was at, but like,
She's conceded, I think.
gosh,
I mean,
just
they're
so
not getting
much.
that much XP. Playing for that kills worth. We're so far behind. We need something.
So they overdunked like 40 on like 22 or something like that. I think it was something like that.
Run out the furthest one. He's there.
Can't get it in time. I shouldn't have tried to. That's fine. Dread in 30.
How many ults do we have though? We're probably just better off scoring and trying to take their jungle.
Yeah, I'm kind of listening to their comms, to be honest. So
At most, we get Wiggly ult.
the only reason they could fight here is to maybe throw themselves at them to try to get some EXP, to like catch up EXP if they get like 1 or 2 kills. They don't have a lot of Unite moves. They have 3. They're much lower level, and there's really just like not a ton they can do. Sanjee uses ult here. That's gonna be the Wiggly ult, so that's something. He just has to run. There's really like nothing more he can do. He's kind of just, you know, used everything he can. He's looking for any additional farm he can. Extra 38 there. And that's, I will say this much. The other thing about Lucario versus Tsareena, and probably the reason why Tsareena could also be viewed as much more valuable than Lucario, is her ability to do objectives, where Lucario has like almost none. He can't score shield 8, man. That's crazy. Tsarena's crazy. She's actually pretty strong.
Oh, Andy. I'm here.
Actually very strong. Also, I didn't see the level difference. I need to be more mindful of that. She's probably like level 12, level 11. Her stats are just very high right now. But that's kind of like how, like 113, the thing about 113 is that like when top lane gets ahead, like it really like mostly stays ahead. Pretty crazy.
Have our base open because then they can just go corner us and we just can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to defend this top goal.
I'm hovering a mid to see what they do.
That's almost always the case. Like even in like solo queue rank, like you want to be defending this goal because you don't want to let them have an open base to just go score in.
Lutano's gonna kill me up here, and this is gonna crash.
Oh, he needs help. They have to use things here. That's good. Oh, that's so sad. It was so close. But they had to use some things, but at least they get out of that without losing their base. Hopefully they can get Unite moves back, because that's the big thing.
I'm 11.
I'm 9.
11.
That's the big thing. He might be dead here.
Top.
He is dead.
Yeah.
And that score shield in. Oh my gosh, dude. There's just, okay, so they stopped the Tsareena, which is good, because that would have been 100 points, but 50 points. Like, they have a big lead right now, TTV side does. They just need to get Unite moves back. We'll see how they decide to play this. Like, one thing I wish I could see is, like, I wish I could see the levels. He would have to press, like, his start menu to see it.
We need to play vision here? Kyler can make sure they don't cap.
Yeah, Lutano's here.
Playing off the top lane, so like a little over a level lead, or less than a level lead.
Okay.
No more objectives. The Dreadnought is not going to do anything. She's going to zone this because she's not going to let him get a turn in, right? Like, she doesn't want to let him close the gap on it at all. Huge lead for TTV. So they're really struggling. I mean, it's over 100 points. They basically have to fight. TTV's probably not going to let them score or back cap or turn in anywhere. They have to just take a clean fight. They have 5 ults. The levels are probably still in favor of TTV, although it probably closed quite a bit. They just have to look for a really good fight here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a move. They're not gonna make a move. Come on, Dragon in here.
Tomb.
Okay. The fight's breaking here. It has to break here.
Damage on Tomb.
Okay. Unite move's coming out.
We
I'm
gotta
on
kill
tune.
Tomb.
I'm on tune. He ulted.
Every Unite is out. I
Lutano's
think focusing
really
Lutano would be great, but he does have Sanjee in the ult now. Backlining is good. He's gonna have to jump the wall now. He got stunned.
Nice. That's
Nice.
2.
Full up.
No.
No.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah.
It's over. TTV.
Just
Oh
wait.
my gosh, man.
Really low, but Andy just healed them all.
The
That game was just really hard to play. We were just absolutely
I think the laning phase on this one was really, really tough.
We were 5 top, but like
They like he started falling behind, and then it just turned into like kind of a mess. They also kind of conceded. I guess I should leave this full screen. They conceded like having jungle pressure top lane for Lucario. So the question, and I think that this is something that's going to be answered here over time, is can the potential to get ahead on Lucario in top lane carry into the late game more than Tsareena? So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into game 3. All right, we're diving into game number 3. TTV holding the lead 2-0 in a best-of-5 series, meaning this could be the last potential game. Same exact team, same exact battle items, same exact comps is what I really meant to say. And yeah, we're still going to be watching Lutano this time. So we've been paying attention to the top lane. This has really asked a lot of questions about the top lane meta, you know, and you know, for me, when people have asked in the past, you know, what do you think about Tsareena top? I personally didn't think that it would be that good. I don't think that her laning phase is really good. But the crazy thing is I think that I come from a solo queue perspective where the reality is that a lot of characters actually don't do that badly in wow, her burst is so crazy with Razor Leaf. She can actually clear that. A lot of laners don't actually do that badly in solo lane. So let's see how this one goes. Let's see how this one goes. He stops that. So Sanjee's stopping the handshake, which is going to be pretty strong in his favor. Because it's hard to farm against a solo top Lucario. This fight is so interesting. It really is. I feel like it's even enough, but it's in Lucario's favor. But it's like even enough that it might be worth scaling Tsareena into late game, because I do think that she does more than him later on. Although he can be incredibly strong, especially if he gets ahead. But yeah, this is really kind of like showing the difference in top lane meta.
Dude, the targeting is so weird on the Jerry.
Like honestly, as long as the character scales and can do enough, a character can do really well in top lane.
We got everything.
Nice. They got a lot of that, if not all of it.
No, that's fine.
The levels and the experience is actually really, really close. Like look at both of them.
Okay.
I like the usage of holding Razor Leaf so that way he can farm that. Triple Axel doesn't quite do as much burst. So oh no, dude dies there.
I got it.
But anyways, so like yeah, using the Razor Leaf to get the neutral and then swapping into Triple Axel, pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's gonna get his grassy glide and just try to dip out of here most likely.
Oh my
Oh no.
Yeah, just run.
Oh
He flashed right
no. Do what he can. He's dead though. There's no way. I like watching Xavier space away from him so he doesn't give him like the AoE cleaves. That snapback was pain.
Oh, that's so stupid.
I want to look at chat. I want to look at chat. Nice snapback. Oh, that one hurts, dude. He honestly was in such a good position and just gave up a kill for nothing. Yeah.
Meatball off, you guys.
It's not just me, everyone. Okay, so Lucario has a little bit of a lead. Man, so you know the crazy thing is I just feel like as far as the laning phase goes, Lucario to me just seems like the obvious choice. But when you think about the team comp and the team fight, like look at this. Like once he gets Queenly, it's just Lucario can't really fight her. And I don't think that's just like a 1-to-1 balance thing. Like wow, you know, Tsarena's just so broken. He just doesn't really have the kit to deal with her, but he's got an amazing kit for farming. That said, the question is, does he scale enough into late game? I think she scales better. So I think that if as long as you can play top lane Tsareena without getting stomped by Lucario, and I mean stomped, it's probably the better pick in the meta right now. Also, the other thing to think about though is that like assuming this is and this is super random, but assuming Dragonite isn't the 100% must pick character that it is, then Tsareena jungle is incredibly strong and Lucario top is strong as well. So,
I'm already top.
you know, this meta is being also formed by the strength of Dragonite.
We had both turn.
So
Me.
40 30 40 essentially.
I feel like we should have.
Or they're gonna-
honestly.
They're gonna hold. They're gonna hold
Should we
tower.
walk for another 40.
This is also fun.
I stole Sanjee's money.
Should I be buying?
So,
I guess?
They didn't want to break there, so that's what they hold on. I wonder what the I can't see what the tower's at. Can't tell. I think it's at 10. I think they left it at 10. Yeah, they did. Okay, so they leave it at 10. They don't want to break.
Over.
They don't want to give the Audinos.
It's fine. I just farmed.
Nice big kill.
Okay, dude, like,
I'm just gonna do that to not die.
it's good.
Don't want to give up the XP. No die. No death. I wonder if that's worth it.
Maybe they want to
Dragon's
sink
bot.
it, though.
Dragon's
I wonder if that's worth it, because they won't have the
Some money here, so-
wiggly ult.
Alright, he's a small amount. Oh,
Dude, triple axle stopping
I'm leaving top.
score shield is actually crazy. Like the fact that you can just like rip over someone and do that much burst.
6.
If they do nerf Tsareena, it'll be triple axle damage probably,
He just-
because it's got the healing
Into
and
one.
stomp is more of like the damage bursty option.
Obviously.
But stomp is just kind of bad comparatively.
breaking,
Or
not
Lutano,
breaking
Lutano,
this.
Lutano. Yeah. Let Lutano turn.
Okay. They go on ahead and break after they get a little bit more out of the lane.
Should go.
They're definitely in a strong lead.
I might
stealing
die for it, but
Audinos.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
He's gonna die for that, but that's honestly fine. Like it doesn't really matter. He gives up a little bit of EXP,
Okay, I mean,
but he'll be back in time.
level up anyway. It's like he has so much rested XP and he has Dinos.
I'll give my ult to save you, though.
yeah, but I don't think I was gonna make out even with that. I'm just gonna be red buffed by Dragonite. Like I'm fucked.
All right. Yeah, they take this fight.
I want to go in, but
Alright, I'm ulting.
that's good.
He insta full heals as he goes in. That's nice. So that way he doesn't get just blown up. Oh my god, he dies so fast. He can't use the Unite move because the Wiggly ult, for anybody wondering. So he goes in, he uses his full heal so he doesn't get CC'd out of the fight. And he does, you know, as much as he can within a reasonable time frame, but he has to wait out that Wiggly ult. That said, the team, they cleaned it up, so they're good. He's probably going to go Audinos top, B's and Audinos. Because there's just a lot of farm. Look, this is the efficiency of farming. Like, this is like
Let's get B's first.
what you have to think about. Like, if your teammates, if you know your teammates can get that Dreadnought, then use this time to get the farm that's on the map. If there's yellow dots on the map, this is basically the new rule of thumb, which it should have always been the rule of thumb, but I feel like it's something that needs to be said a little bit more. If there's yellow dots on your side of the map, they need to be farmed.
You want it?
Like, there's no reason to leave them up anymore.
I mean, we both have all
Or
of
ever.
those, but we don't get it. I'm not gonna try to not.
Or Ebba.
If the Wiggly ult is off, I can't save myself with my ult, so I need you to ult me.
Yeah,
Alright, we're
I
turn-
died in
okay.
this.
Nice,
I would expect-
good mid-game comms there. If the Wiggly ult is off, like, I can't
But
do anything. So he's basically telling either Indy or
I'm gonna save
They're
it.
a Zugrug that they have to
I don't
save
have
him.
a problem.
Which I think is important to know, right? Like, if they have their Wiggly ult, I can't do anything to save myself. So I need y'all to save me.
I took all their XP.
Yeah,
I like that. I respect that.
Pika's, I'm gonna kill Pika. He was just basing there.
The shred. This is the crazy thing about Tsareena too, is that she's just got great farm potential. I think he's using a muscle band, is my guess.
So close.
Which is, I think for competitive, is really, really good. I think it's always good. He gets less like AoE healing, but I don't know if that's nearly as important. Like for solo queue, I think like weakness policy is really, really good, and that's the item that I run. But honestly, when it comes to competitive, running a muscle band so that way you have that like objective burn, you have the ability to just kind of like shred a little bit more, farm faster. Like it's important. It is important. It's something to think about for sure. Muscle band, I would definitely say is like really, really high value on like range characters, but really, really strong on melee characters too, like the right ones. Like even Lucario is using muscle band because of farming is really important.
Taking a peek at top.
If you can get this, that would literally leave goal at 1. No way they let him have it, right?
Got a 50.
Wow.
I pressed off for some reason.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm
All right, so I'm assuming TTV 3-0 unless they throw their fight. He's also just such a high level. He's been farming the whole game. Like that's like literally like what have we been watching Lutano do? Most of this game he's just been kind of farming.
Maybe you can walk top and turn.
I'm running top, yeah.
They might just try and rush. I'm like gonna be a
I
few
can take their
seconds
XP in
late.
rotation again, like I did.
Tune's getting
Oh, they cannot die here.
Shielded him.
Held ult down.
They have huge lead. Indy's turning.
Does Goof have money?
I'm doing infinite
This is
damage.
crazy. That's such good damage. And they forced the wiggly ult. That's huge. That's huge because now he can use his unite move when he ticks into it. They're big flipping.
Should get kills here though. Sanjee's winning.
They need to like go in and like use.
Got him.
They reset on me? Oh, okay. Nice ult.
They need to use things.
I'm running.
Oh, I don't want it to get too low. The triple axle. No, big.
We can kill Xavier.
They get kills. They get kills here.
But I wanted the last hit,
Trying to
man.
kill Xavier.
Wiggly's gonna turn bot.
They have big turn in. Like they have big lead. All they have to
So
do.
tanky, dude.
All they have to do is
Wiggly
kill
turned
some of them.
bot.
Disgusting, dude.
And they get a call out in 15 seconds, so they should be fine. They don't have a wiggly ult.
Did you get some
I got a
stars?
huge overtop, by the way.
They did get a huge overtop. It
So
was 80.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're up
It was
by-
80 points on a 1-point goal. Like a really, really big overdunk. They like that's why they're just taking their time. They're fine.
See Pika?
Yep.
Just letting him walk past me and then I'm turning.
3 accounted for.
I come.
Dragging out on me.
Yeah.
I'll kill Pika.
Nice.
I'm on
Just
call.
That's gonna be the series, man. There's really no way they throw this, really.
No. Oh my
You know, one thing that Lutano does, dude, he doesn't do something and it drives me crazy. Whenever he's at 2 boosted melees, every now and then I just want to see him like stand still for like a half a second and get a boosted melee in just to queue up the queenly. But he doesn't really do that very often.
would've been nice.
I don't know how valuable it is truly, but it's something that I do. I don't know. It drives me nuts whenever I don't see him do it. But they're obviously he's a phenomenal player. Watching the Tsareena Lucario top lane has been
Fan of TTV.
really, really good.
Can we get it?
No, I don't
GG's,
die.
man. GG's. So there you have it, friends. Live tournament, me watching it live. I usually catch the VODs, but TTV going up against what I believe is the white flag roster. I think that's what they're going by. But really Sanjee versus Lutano kind of showing us the top lane meta, giving us a little bit more information. But the 3-0 goes to TTV. TTV still what I have to just naturally kind of consider them the best team in the game because they're just like the most consistent. And yeah, they play really, really well. So as always, friends, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for future Pokemon Unite content. Be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone that you love them. I'll see you in the next video.